lovelies. It is May 31st. I'm going to do a quick garden tour. My clemantises are in full bloom and they are gorgeous. So lovely. I have covered my blueberry bushes with tulle, and I got this idea from another gardener here on YouTube, and I am so grateful. So I am hoping that I will be able to keep a lot of my blueberries and not have the birds take as many. Whenever they do, they always leave me, a lot of purple little gifts all over the yard. So today I'm going to do a quick garden tour. Another one of my clemantises. That one needs to be trimmed a little bit. It is cold out here, guys. It's just crazy how cold it is out here, and it's going to be June tomorrow. And then I'm also going to be doing some harvesting today. I'm going to be harvesting some spinach and some kale. These are my potatoes. They are growing well. We have 3 grow bags full of potatoes. These are the very first sowing. I sowed these, I believe it was back in the beginning of April. And then I have a sowing out here from the beginning of May. And then I just put down another sowing for, the beginning of June. So every month hereafter in June, I'll harvest these potatoes, and then every month after that, I'll be harvesting potatoes. So because the cold has been going back and forth, the cold weather, I have lost a few of the beans. This is one of my squashes. I believe that one is a Black Beauty. This one is a yellow crooked net, and I had to again resow some of my climbing beans because due to the cold I lost some of them. And then this is a honeybolt delicata squash, and that was a climber as well. And I didn't point that out over there in the other basket, but I have one over here as well. It's just a lot smaller. That one I had to replant because my daughter's cat, my grand fur baby, he decided he woke up this one morning and decided that he was going to eat that squash. And he did. My collard greens, they are coming in well. I think I'm going to harvest some of those leaves, some of those bigger leaves next weekend. And then that is cabbage right next to it. I'll get a little closer. Oh, there you go. So that's cabbage there. And then I have leeks in that bag. And then these are collard greens in this bag. This is the kale that I'm going to be harvesting next weekend. Today. I'm sorry, today. So it's looking pretty good in there. The kale and the spinach that I harvest today is going to go into freezer for winter storage. So, and one of my peach trees, this is the one that's not doing exactly great. I'm only counting about 3 peaches on this one. But grateful nevertheless. There's a few more peaches right there. Some of my tomatoes. I have herbs in this basket: thyme, basil, some nasturtiums. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to save these tomatoes, but it looks like they're bouncing back pretty good. And then I had sowed some extra tomatoes down here in the soil just in case they didn't, and then I could just you know, pop those out and move them over. But it looks like I'm going to be able to keep these because they bounce back pretty nicely. So at some point I'm going to have to find somewhere else for these tomatoes to go. Same thing over here. When I first put all of my tomatoes out here, they just were, you know, real straggly, you know, wimpy. I, you know, planted them deeper. Some of them I even broke the top off of my mortgage lifter, which is this one here, and I just stuck it down in the dirt. So that again, I learned from the same gardener that I learned the tool tip from. So I never knew that. So you know, if you ever have a tomato that's in pretty good shape but it breaks off, you can just take it and stick it down into the dirt, and it'll grow just fine. This one here is still kind of wonky, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that one or not. So in this container here, we have more kale. All of my bags of kale are, you know, varied. This is one of the Chinese purple kale. That one there is the Lacianato kale or dinosaur kale. And then the one over there is just, you know, regular green leaf kale. Another one of my squashes is picking up in growth since I put it out here, so that's pretty good. Same thing over there. This flower here I'm gonna have to look up and see if I can find the pot in the garage. I absolutely love this flower in the garden, and it's getting bigger, it's spreading, but I love the color on it. It's so pretty. Let me get a little bit of a close-up for you there. It's so pretty. And I have baby's breath in there. It's starting to get to the point to where it's getting a little spindly and spent, so I'll re-sow that and put some more in there. Same here, baby's breath. Same. This bag is a mixture. So I had a couple of extra celery, so I just popped them in this bag. But these are all of my pole beans. I sold some carrots in that space. I'm going to need to thin those out pretty soon. An extra potato. Let me see. And then I also have some Swiss chard growing down in here as well. Same thing over here in this bag. Pole beans, some more Swiss chard over here, another potato, more carrots. I'm gonna have to get out here and thin those. And then this is the salad bar over here. Salad bar is doing great. This is all of the celery back here. I did lose my cucumbers in this bed. They're actually back there up against the wall. So I did have to come back out and I, you know, re-sowed some seed, and hopefully, you know, now with the weather, the warming weather coming, fingers crossed, they'll come up. And what happens is once the cucumbers get a certain size and they start to climbing, I lift this lid and it sits straight up and they climb on this lid. So, and then all of my lettuces. This is the first sowing for this year of the lettuces. And then this is my second sowing of spinach that's coming up and sprouting here in front of it. My nose is running. It is so cold, so cold. More celery in the back, more cucumber that hasn't come up yet, hasn't sprouted back there that I had to re-sow. This is my spinach, and this is what I'll be harvesting today for winter storage. And then we have a second sowing of red and green lettuce as well over here in front of the spinach. This bed here is still pretty sparse. As you can see down here, I still have a few of my cucumbers, 4 over here on this side, and then I have 2 over there on that side. So I haven't lost those yet, fingers crossed, but we are expected to have temperatures down into the low 40s, may even dip down into the 30s again tonight. So I'll be out here covering up. I know it's crazy, right? Garlic bed is doing amazing. I'm going to be looking for some garlic scapes here, probably in the next maybe 2.5, 3 weeks. So here we have, let me see, get you a little closer, more cabbage, more leeks, and over there is going to be more collard greens, leeks. I have peas here that are flowering and climbing like crazy, so I have to come out here and kind of tuck these vines in so they'll keep climbing. These are the shelling peas, so they're starting to put on pods, and we'll be out here to get those once they're ready. But lots of flowers. Excited about that. We love our peas. My onions definitely had a slow start, and I don't know where these came from. I don't know if you can see that, but looks like we have like some mushrooms that popped up in there. So I'm gonna have to get in here and get that out. This container here, I have my artichokes. They're growing well. So hopefully end of July, we'll have some nice artichokes, imperial stars. These are my eggplants. These are ping tung. They're a Taiwanese long elongated eggplant. It is not like in the cold. So those are those yellow leaves. Those are the initial leaves. When it was colder out here, and so the green leaves now seem to be bouncing back. So I'll have to get out here and trim off those older leaves that are yellowing and spotted. So, and the nasturtiums over there. Another bed of garlic. Another peach tree. This is the one that's doing very well. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of peaches in there. So fingers crossed, we get some good peaches this year. If anyone has any tips for me as far as peach trees, growing peaches, any fertilizing tips or anything like that, definitely let me know and drop it in the comments, please and thank you. And then more peas over here. These are the snow peas, and they're doing well. My daughter loves these. But this bed here, over there in that empty space, that was the new sowing of potatoes. Here I have some turnips, some kohlrabi, and then my beets. Back there along that trellis, that would be my melons, and they look pretty sad, y'all. Pretty sad, y'all. So guys, we are going to cut this video here. This is actually turning into a 2-part video that I will be posting. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please like, and if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.